the Simpson knot. I forgot to grab that as well. But the V2, see how there's the corners are cut off, or version 2. That's the difference. And on the back, the cream or shaving canals, see how it goes straight across? You can see that. There used to be a cut right there, right? So it isn't enhanced. And since they cut the corner of that razor off, it's really easy to maneuver around like your nose. It's really easy to remove. Is there a blade in there? No. It's really easy to go around your ears when you're doing a head shave. So yeah, are the arcade blades any good? So anyhow, they are okay. They're very mild. They used to give Astra blades with them, which were mild, and then I think they just went, on their own, and a company in India makes them for them, and I think they had something to say about it. And it does with those arcade blades. What you're going to notice is certain blades, when you lock this one in, right, and they have that unique system too. You see how it's not a post coming out of there? That's how you're going to know you're getting a better safety razor design. Post, there's too much wobble in there, right? With an oblong lockup, you got 4 points on there for this to lock in on each side of the razor. But like, let's put in this feather blade into this, and I've noticed this with Henson razors, and we'll just go through it. So when I put the blade in here, right, and I'll just let you hear that. That's me compressing that blade. Now, let's see if I can show you that blade, right? The way it locks in. Let me get a better angle of that. There we go. That blade, when it locks in, there's a little bit of play. Not much, but a little bit. Now, when you go to like a Persona blade, an Astra blade, the arcade blades, I think those are the only ones that I've found so far. They do not move at all. And when this head goes down, when you put this plate on here, right, it compresses that blade to give it its correct angle. Let's see if you can hear that. See, normally with a blade tolerant, or I shouldn't say a blade tolerance, with the blade, the way that hooks up is, if it's a snug fit, when you're tightening this down, you'll hear it scraping the sides of those posts that protrude out to lock that into the bottom plate. You'll hear it. And I especially notice it on the AL13 plus plus, the mild or the medium version one. I can really hear that. But like if I had a Persona blade here, you'll hear it lock in. But anyhow, that's one of the reasons why I'm starting to get away from feather blades, not just hashtag let's get rid of the goo. They're not, the Japanese, which are very precise people. They're, the way they're designed here on the back, they just don't hook in as good as some of the other blades. So arcade blades, they're okay. But if you're going to want, I tell everybody this, you're going to want to buy a variety pack. I didn't put all that in description below, but you can go to Amazon and you're going to want a variety pack that has Astra blades in it. Okay. You're going to want a variety pack that has like I would say some Gillette Platinums, some Gillette 7 o'clocks. Doesn't matter what color, some feathers, maybe some Kai blades, maybe some Persona Platinums. The comfort coats, I think you have to buy. You can only get those in the 100 pack. So if you want to go that route, those, when I bought them, they were $18. Right now, they're on sale for, I think it was $15.99 I saw. So you're paying 16 cents per blade, but you got to buy those, you got to buy 100 of them. So yeah, does a blade make a difference? It does. If I shaved every day, I could get away with the arcade blades, but I don't. I like shaving with a little bit of growth on my face. The more, the merrier. When I make a shaving video, I want you guys to be able to see, that razor going through the hair. And I like the noise. I'm pretty big on sound. And have you guys noticed a difference since I've upgraded, to like Sennheiser? I did get a Shure microphone. Um, yeah, I'm really starting to spend some money. I'm using a recorder now, putting all my sound through with 32-bit float. Don't really know how to use all that yet, but I gotta admit the sound is great. I can tell it when I'm editing a video. I have headphones on and they're flat, so I don't want them bassy. I don't want it to enhance it. I used to use just Apple EarPod, the Pro Buds or whatever the hell it was, but it modified it. And I noticed when it sounded good to me when I'm editing here on my computer, but when I would post it, it was just like, wow, that had a totally different sound when I was editing it. And that's the first thing I do when I upload a video is I go into the editing software and I start, getting the correct sounds that I want for my voice, for the razor on my face. All that is adjustable, with Final Cut Pro is what I use. And it makes a huge difference. And then zooming in and out, camera angles, all that stuff. That's something totally separate. Pop-ups. That's why it takes me forever. I'm not one of these guys here on YouTube that just hits play on my or hits record on my camera or my cell phone, which is okay. I'm not putting those guys down. I like to spend a little more effort into it. Like this is probably the rawest thing I've ever done. Now, first started shaving with with just, my iPhone, and it does great. It does. But when you get into different lenses, different cameras, I think you can definitely tell a difference, especially sound to me and lighting. I don't have the lighting set up correctly, but it's pretty much set up so when I use this green screen behind me, I just put two more lights here on the side, right? And I have a hair light, which you can kind of see it, right? And that way I can superimpose something behind me or project a different picture behind me, a video, it doesn't matter, and do, I don't know, like picture in picture. It looks pretty cool. Sometimes I get carried away with it, but it all depends on how much time I want to spend. So let's get back to some of the Chris feather blades turn my head into ground beef. A little smiley face. I agree, dude. They're what do you think about Kai blades though? I think Kai blades are better. I don't know the cost of a Kai blade. They were given to me. A lot of people send me stuff. They were given to me. Let's see. We're talking about thanks for the info, Tim. Okay, you're welcome. Uh Missed the timeless part next door to North Royalton. Tim. Yeah, the timeless part. Yeah. So this is one of the reasons why I had this podcast, and I'll go through it again. So Timeless Razors is coming up with a adjustable safety razor, and oops, damn. And this is what it is. I mean, okay, this is what it looks like. So they just give you this handle, right? See that? It's made out of aluminum. It's anodized, so you can drop it. You're not going to nick this thing up or anything. And wow, really messed that up. And what you do is you just unscrew it here, right? Okay. They give you all these collet. These are called collets. So what that's going to do is it's going to fit right on top of here, right? And then the top cap of the handle is going to compress that collet, right? So I get it started, and now they give you 20 millimeter through 28 in here, right? I got a 26 in here, and I got a 26 millimeter knot. Now you get your choice of any of these knots you want. They're only selling synthetics, but if you wanted to buy a $200 uh, Badger knot, and you could put it in here, you don't have to use glue to set this up. That is I think to me, one of the best things in the world because you don't have to glue it to your handle. Once you glue something to the handle, you're done. With this setup, you're not. So anyhow, you just put the brush in there, right? And if you can see that right there, right there, there's a rubber gasket. So once you get to that point, right, now you got to start putting a little bit of torque on it, some tension, and get it to clamp down. What it's doing is it's clamping down on that collet, that rubber seal. It's not real pliable, and it creates a solid fit. I mean, and let me get the sound of that. Dude, it's not coming out. I think this is product of the year for wet shavers 2023. I have not seen anything this unique anywhere. That to me is so cool. So that's by Timless Razors, and it's at their website. They don't sell that on Amazon, and they're giving you a free shaving bowl, and they got all these different colors. Cool thing with their shaving bowl. See how it's perforated in there? That's a big bowl, dude. That's not one of those, shitty ones you get on Amazon. I mean, my fist fit in there. I got big hands. Anyhow, great stuff. Got more Timeless stuff to go through, I think, if you guys want me to. I don't know. We got 31 people watching. Okay. I guess we will keep going. Let's see here. Too Fast, Too Furious. Crave base plate. How aggressive is it? Well, or not Crave, Carve base plate. Carve has not sent me a razor. Okay. They just don't want to send me a razor. That is a little weird to me because I understand if I only had like maybe 500 to 2,000 subscribers, but to me, that's even a vanity number. As manufacturers, you can look at any YouTuber out there. I think I'm just under 7,000 subscribers, but it's how many views you're getting a month. I average right around like 230,000 views a month. That's a lot. Like one of the channels I watch a ton of is Sinatra. I think he gets like 72,000 views a month. I watch Razor Emporium. I watch Matt a lot. He gets like 110,000 a month. I watch Ken Surfs as well. He gets like 70 some thousand views a month. So it doesn't come down to how many subscribers you have. It's how many viewers you get. And to me, that's the subscriber count's a vanity number. I mean, yeah. Do you want to have more subscribers? Sure. It's not going to hurt you. It's only going to help you. But the amount of views you're getting every month, that's the big thing here. Like the only one in my niche that kills me every month is I watch I watch Geo Fatboy. He gets like 300,000 views a month. And then the Balding channel I watch, that guy gets like a 500,000 views a month, but he's got like, I think 200,000 subscribers too. So, granted, he should be getting that. But anyhow, moving right along. Let's see here. I'll be getting that brush ASAP. Thanks for the info, David. Yeah, Chris, when you buy it in the, the shipping or whatever instructions, just let them know how a shave sent you. I don't have an affiliate link with them, but they probably just gave me, I don't know, $2,000-$3,000 worth of stuff. That way they know they're getting some traction. I would appreciate that. Just so they know. Those people are great. Been working with Jeremiah mostly. I think he's more the business guy over there. And actually, we could give Jeremiah a call. You guys want me to call Jeremiah and see if he'll answer? I could probably put him on here. Should we call Jeremiah? You don't know of any YT. Yeah, of course you don't. That has 200 subs. Well, there is. They are. I watch the guy all the time. It's I can even look him up. I watch him all the time. He's awesome. Subscribers. Who is he? Once I say his name, you guys will know who he is. He's awesome. He doesn't put out a ton of videos. Let's see here. I don't know if I'm subscribed to him on my channel. I don't think I am. But he's in my bio, which is weird. Where's he at? Yeah, anyhow, can't find him. I watch all of his shorts. I think his shorts are pretty cool. I think he lives in China or Japan, or Yeah, the Bald Cafe. Yeah, 214 subscribers. So, yeah, Robert, there are guys that have that many subs. Love his channel. If you haven't, if you're a bald guy, he gives a lot of cool, uses a lot of cool things, and I like watching him as well. Go to the blades. All right, let's see here. By the way, what's my go-to soap? Mm, I was on Sterling Soap Company's kick for a while. I like that executive man. I like soaps and creams that don't hang around with me. I like wearing cologne or, I'm not real big on aftershave scents. I got Tom that I met, a retired New York City cop down at the Ohio Wet Shavers meetup there in Columbus. He told me he doesn't wear colognes anymore. He loves PAA. He buys their soaps and their aftershaves, and that's his cologne. And I'm like, wow, I've never really thought about doing that. But this guy's shaving channel is something else, or not shaving channel, shaving den is something else. I think I do have a picture of it here though, and I know Mark put it up on his channel. And anyhow, this guy, like his wife, definitely loves him. I would be, yeah, I am not allowed to do that in my bathroom. That's just how it is. And let's see if I can pull this thing up so you can see it. Mark, Mark and I were working on something together. Um, Mark and Tom, there we go. Yeah, let's see if I can blow this up. So this is Tom that I met down there, retired New York City cop. He's Italian. Him and I got along great. Uh, I actually interviewed him, but it was my first time on the road, so I didn't have a good setup. And I know Tom and I have talked. There we go. Oh yeah, he sent me this week. If you can see that, he loves PAA. Um, I don't have that tight of a relationship with them. They've sent me, I think, one soap and one aftershave. It was, I forget what it was, but it was the CK6 formula, which I did absolutely love. I didn't care for the scent, so I didn't keep using it. So I don't know. Maybe that's why they haven't sent me anything since then. I don't know. But I wanted to give you, yeah, this is Tom's. This is Tom's shaved end, dude. Look at that. Is that nuts? I mean, I have the, oh wait, I got Howie from New York on Super Safety Razors. He's calling me live right now. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm actually on doing a live shave right now, and you're on it. Or not a live shave, but a live like podcast. You want to say hello to everybody? I just went through your razors. Yeah, so let me put you on. And this is Howie from Super Safety Razors. He's the one that's giving me all this Goodfellows stuff. Howie, say hello to the audience. We're 32 people right now.
Hi, good day, everybody.
Can you guys hear him? We'll get someone to respond. I'm sure they can. So
I mean, I loud voice. I could probably, they can probably hear me without the telephone.
you probably can. So Howie's the one that sent all of the, well, he sends all the Parker razors. He is the the distributor for the USA, correct?
Yeah, I'm one of the partners in Parker, and the way Parker works is I do the distribution for the USA, North America, South America, and Japan, and my partner Deepak does the distribution for many of the other countries. He manufactures the razors in India, and I oversee the manufacturing of the products that are not made in India. For instance, our shave mugs, the Taconic shave products, which are made in the USA, and a few of our razors that are imported from other countries.
Cool. Yeah, I like that Tectonic shaves. I haven't. You just sent me a brush that looked pretty good too, but her soaps are awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, anything you want to say about these Godfather razors
Goodfellows.
or Goodfellows? I'm sorry.
Getting your movies mixed up.
I know.
Yeah, we just partnered with Goodfellows. They asked us to take over this. We actually Parker's been working with them for about 10 years, and they asked us to pick up the distribution for the Goodfellows products in the USA. The razors are very nice. They're very interesting styles. They're different than anything I have seen. I shaved this morning for the second time with the stiletto. It's a lightweight razor. Usually I don't like lightweight razors, but for some reason I really enjoyed this one. I found that the shave was not aggressive.
That's the aluminum one, right, with the red base plate?
That's the one with the red base plate. There's also one coming with a blue base plate.
Cool.
So I did find that a nice razor. The Valinor is one that has a style like I've never seen before, where it's actually a 4-piece razor. And it's got a great grip on it. I have enjoyed the shave with that one as well. That one I think is going to be a very successful product.
Okay.
And
what about this soap you sent me? Is that from Goodfellows as well?
That is. So I'll be honest with you. We pretty much sold out of the razors today. It was the first day we had them, and we announced to the retailers that we had them, and everything we had is gone. So we'll have more next week.
Okay.
The soaps we are going to launch next week as well. I have a shipment en route, and the soap I've been shaving with them, and I find them really nice. They are, the fragrance of the Italian soaps, it is stronger than the Taconic products.
Okay.
So if you like a milder scent, I would say that Taconic is the way to go. If you enjoy a stronger scent, these soaps are the way to go. And these are more like a croak. They're a soft soap.
Okay.
But I enjoy. The nice thing about wet shaving is you can always find a new toy.
For sure.
Between my fishing hobby and my fishing hobby, I'm always buying new stuff.
Yeah, it's well, that's awesome that you partnered up with them. I haven't tried it yet, but the scent smells really good. Yeah, it smells really good.
They have a bunch of scents. I don't remember which one I think I sent you the sea citrus. Maybe not.
Amber. Let's see.
Oh, I sent you the Amber Roger. Okay.
Yeah, you sent me the Amber Roger. Yeah.
And got some sandalwood notes in it and lavender.
Right.
It's got some floral notes also, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to thank you for all you do for the shaving community. I enjoy your videos. You're honest. Sometimes you have products of mine you love, sometimes you haven't, but I appreciate the honesty. So thank you.
Yeah, and I mean that's what I've been trying to tell everybody. I don't like a lot of stuff that I try. I don't like, you know what I mean? I just don't. And I've had that conversation. I just won't make a video about it because some people love that product, you know what I mean? Or that safety razor, and I get it. I totally get it. And I just don't want to bash, anybody's company. I'm not throwing you out there. I'm throwing there's quite a few other ones out there that I just don't like. Yeah, they just didn't work for me, but some people love them. And, the razors that I don't like, and that's what's unique about this. Everyone says your mileage may vary. There might be something to that. I mean, there obviously is something to that.
Well, there obviously is. I'm gonna tell you a quick story, and then I don't want to hijack your podcast.
Well, you are hijacking it, but you're getting a lot of people are saying yes. Hello, Howie. Hello, Holly, or Howie. Tell him I love him. Too fast, too furious. I don't know. You know that guy, or do you know his razor handle?
I don't. I'll be honest with you. Nancy, who's my wife, handles most of the Instagram.
Yeah.
And the social media side. And the only reason we can work together and stay married is because she has what's on her side of the street and I have what's on mine.
Mm-hmm.
And we try not to get involved in each other's business, although she can't help herself. She always gets involved in mine. But what I was saying, the story I want to just tell you is years ago, and I still have it, I had a razor blade that we imported from Bangladesh. And I had people complaining about it, and I thought it was okay, but I didn't think it was horrible. But it wasn't my favorite. But because of the number of complaints, I stopped carrying it because people said, it's not sharp enough. It doesn't last long. I mean, I got every complaint under the sun, so I stopped carrying it.
Right.
Well, within 2 weeks of stopping carrying it, I had other people telling me that I was out of my mind because it was the best razor blade they had ever used. So when they say your mileage may vary in the shaving space, you know, I've decided it's kind of like car colors. Some people like blue and some people like red and some people like white. And there are a lot of choices and there's no right or wrong, you know?
Right.
That's the God's honest truth. So what works for me might not work for you. And we have to recognize that.
Oh, 100%. I totally agree with that. Especially when it, you know, you might find the right razor that you like, but when you start throwing in different razor blades in your favorite razor, that makes a huge difference too. Huge.
That is incredible. You know, you can make a very mild razor very aggressive by putting a very aggressive blade in it, and vice versa. And also, a lot of the shave I've learned over the years is the angle of the razor. Every razor seems to have a sweet spot.
Right.
And finding that sweet spot for the razor with the actual blade that you use sometimes takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna put you into the comments here. Super Safety Razors, and Howie does have a link for me, so I'm gonna put that down if you want to visit his website. And it is a link. He gives me a small commission, but everybody knows that here on YouTube. I mean, I make money off just making a freaking video. So, you know, whatever. The stuff isn't cheap, which you know that. So anyhow, well, thanks for calling. Can I call you later? Because I know you wanted to go over a couple of these things and tell me what's what. But can I? I'll call you later and we can.
I did. Yep. I just wanted to actually tell you where we are with the Goodfellow Smile razors and which ones I won't have in stock and which ones I will. So maybe if you review them, I could help you pick the order. So we could, if you do the videos, we can combine it with what I'll have the stock on so that we can.
Well, okay. Well, which one? You say the stilettos? The stilettos out for 2 weeks, right? Well, let's just do it now. Hell, we can do it live. I don't care.
The one that I can be honest with, Valley Nor is the one that I'm going to expect to have the stock on. That should last me a little while.
That's the gold with looks like stainless steel.
That's the gold one. Gold.
Yeah.
4-piece.
It's a 4-piece.
I would just request because that's the one that we're going to have the ample stock on first. Would that be the first you reveal?
Wait, how's it a 4-piece? Does this bottom's? Oh, the bottom does come out. Yeah, oh, look at that. Okay.
I've never seen a design like it, and I personally, well, I'll be honest with you. I won't sell a product that I won't use, and I really do like these products. So. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't know it was a 4-piece till you told me. I thought it was a 3-piece. Well, that's great. So that's the one. Well, then that'll be the first one I do, if that's the one you have in stock.
Yep. Yep. Thank you, and for all of your help, David, and your support and guidance. And also, I'd like to thank the people you have on the podcast because we couldn't have a wet shaving space without people that support us. So thank you.
Awesome. And yep, I'll talk to you later, Howie. Bye. All right. So that was Howie from Super Safety Razors. Let me give, now that we're doing phone calls now, how was the sound on that phone call? Was that good enough? Can you guys give me some feedback here? Because if the sound quality wasn't good, I'm going to have to figure out a different way to do it. But I know I can probably call Jeremiah from Timless Razors. Sound was good. Okay. Well, let's just call. We'll put Jeremiah on the spot here. I won't put him on speakerphone first. You know, it's like when someone calls your phone when you're in your truck. Hey, you're on speakerphone. It happens to me a lot. Jeremiah.
What's happening, David?
Not much. Hey, I'm doing a live podcast and I figure I'd just call you out of the blue. You got like 5 minutes? All right. I'm going to put you on speakerphone. And this is Jeremiah from Timless Razors, one of the owners. There's 5 brothers. I kind of went through, you know, what I didn't show any pictures or anything yet. You know, obviously it's going to take me a while to put that together. But I'm a big fan of this adjustable shaving brush, and I've been going over that with this. I think I went over it twice now,
and I'm going to see if I can't get you the audio perfectly. And I'm going to demonstrate whatever the hell you're talking about. Are you at work or are you in your car?
Oh, I'm at work here doing some polishing and getting some things ready
Okay.
for some of our orders.
All right. Perfect sound from what I hear. So let it shoot. I'm holding up your brush right now. If you're you might even be able to. No, I wouldn't do that because there's going to be a delay. I think it's a 5-second delay. So anyhow, I'm holding up your brush now. I am freaking floored about this adjustable shaving brush. I think it's the product of 2023 for wet shavers. I really do. This thing is badass.
Yeah, it's definitely unique. I mean, and that's where, we kind of came out with that idea of just coming up with incorporating a brush into our line, our product line, and just, kind of spinning some ideas around and came up with that idea of, what about a handle that would allow you to really hold any size knot you really want to put into it without gluing it in. So that whole kind of idea got bounced around and we came up with that aluminum anodized handle. And yeah, I mean, it's a durable, lightweight, nice feeling handle, and it's built to last. So yeah, it's a nice timeless product. And yeah, I'd say I agree. It's just a unique product out there in the market that really nobody out there is making a brush like that. Everybody else is requiring it to be glued in and kind of set into that handle. So those collets that we kind of incorporated into that system are phenomenal in the sense that they just get a nice, tight, snug pinch up on the base of the knot and you're ready to go. If you don't like the size, or maybe you want to try a different size out or a different fiber out, that's the perfect scenario where you just put an inserted collet.
Yeah, that
the corresponding knot, and away you go with a different knot. I've got a few different knots I kind of go back and forth between, and some with, I think when you were in, some real good backbone, and some with some not so good backbone, but just a little bit of a different feel on your face. But yeah, and I'm on your live podcast, but I've been using a brush for the past 6 months. And I think I told you the other day, I didn't have my brush with me. I had to use my can cream, and I was very disappointed. I've grown accustomed to the knot and the brush and all these phenomenal soaps that, Shannon and many other soap makers out there make, which is just a whole new game to go into and just playing around with the different scents and the different, components in these lathers that are just definitely primo compared to the can.
Yeah, we had to talk about that. I went over, I don't know, about 10-15 minutes ago about hashtag let's get rid of the goo on like feather blades and aster blades and all that. And I'm like, the engineers told me, yes, that will mess up blade gap, blade angle. Yes, it does. It does make a difference. But I went over.
When you're going for precision, that's a point that you brought up. I didn't really ever think about it until you and I met up in Columbus, and you brought up the whole goo concept. And with the way our razors kind of lock in the blade, I kind of saying it doesn't really seem to impede upon the way it locks up for us. But I could see that being an issue in certain scenarios, or just changing a little bit of an angle, or a little bit of a little bit of a blade gap even. So it's goo could have a little bit of an impact on that shave for sure.
Dude, I didn't realize how much stuff you gave me till I brought it all up into my little makeshift studio here. I mean, I think you gave me every damn thing you make, didn't you?
I mean, I wanted to get you,
dude.
That they all have a little bit of different feel, David, I kind of wanted to get you, everything that we kind of make. And you'll see as you go through and start trying some of that stuff that, yeah, they all have a nice sweet spot to them, but like they all have a little bit of a different feel. I mean, even the same blade gap with a scallop versus an open comb, and all designed for their own kind of unique purpose, but they're all kind of fun to play around with and toy with. So as you kind of get into those pieces, and then you've got the stainless steel and the titanium, so just the weight difference. I mean, just with the same base plate and stainless steel out of the same base plate and titanium, probably going to feel a little bit different just because of that weight, that balance, all that stuff plays into these shaves.
Right. I did have some in the comments just put down, when are your colors coming in the brush handles?
Colors for the brush handle, those should be coming out, I would say within the next 30 days, probably the next 3 weeks.
I was going to say, you had probably what, 5 or 6 different handles there with different colors. So I won't
Yeah.
put that up because I don't know which ones you're picking or not. But
Well, we're gonna have. I'll tell you, we're gonna have black, gray, a nice, awesome purple color. It's a phenomenal color. It's a purple color, but it's phenomenal. And then we've got.
I like this blue, dude. That blue is
It's
freaking cool.
We got a light baby blue coming out that's going to look, in my opinion, it's a nice color. But yeah, I mean, we're going to have some colors out here in the next 30 days because, yeah, that was one of the, I think, biggest feedbacks is, when are we going to get some color options on that handle? Because the blue is kind of a timeless blue, but it's a nice kind of indigo anodized blue. And as we talked about, that anodized metal being aluminum, it's no soft metal. It's almost as hard as titanium whenever it's anodized like that.
Oh yeah, the brush. Yeah, the brush.
Right.
I actually got in. So the titanium one, and I'm showing it right now on camera, with the scalloped head, dude. That is so freaking cool. This one goes down to, what was it? What was it?
You take
100,000ths of
foul
an
and you
inch.
divide that in 10 by 10. It's as precise can be off that EDM wire machine with our stainless steel and our titanium.
EDM wire.
The caps and the base plates marry up, and as we talked about, the compensation for that
Dude.
small
that
width of that blade, just to give that perfect pitch over that arc of that base plate, is where you're going to accomplish that nice, smooth, comfortable shave.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, I dig it. And then I'm going to show them the sweet thing that you did for me. I'm going to put that on here right now.
Oh.
He gave me it in titanium too. This is so badass. I'm going to put this as, that little subscribe button. You can change that pick. I'm going to put this razor in there. I think I got an R41 in there now. But let me shine this up a little bit. So this is what he had made for me out of titanium. It says Ohio Shaves on the cap. How freaking cool is that, dude? That is so nice of you.
Oh man, that's where the custom laser engraver is phenomenal, to do a little custom on top of a cap. I can't tell you the different things we put on tops of caps for people, and even some of the language that's gone on top of the caps for some of the individuals. It's pretty cool just to see what people come up with.
Oh, so you offer that as well, so I can customize
custom engraving on our smooth caps. Yeah, that's a custom engraving option. I think it's a $25 charge to put in a custom engraved cap on top. Sweet. But yeah, we put different. Really lettering is what we kind of are at this point. We're not doing images and incorporating that in, but nonetheless, the lettering's kind of where we'll put that into our computer and our laser system. And we do have images, but we're not doing custom images at this point, I should say. But right. We do have images. I've got American flag and things like that we kind of go through and pick off. But yeah, it's put your Ohio Shaves there for your channel, man. That's help promote that channel for you.
That was so cool. I didn't I know you gave me a lot of stuff, but I didn't when I opened them up, you had everything packaged right, like I was moving. I mean, it's so cool. And I'm like, damn, he gave me so much stuff. So everybody did ask, when you buy the brush, I think you have a sale going on right now, don't you? You get the shave bowl with the brush.
Yeah, and the brush price, it's at $89. But yeah, right now we're offering a free bowl with that and a knot selection. So you get a knot selection. We've got the AP Shave Co. We've got some golden nib knots that we have available. I've got Maggard sending some 2-band boar hair badger our way, but like our system's kind of designed to really accommodate any knot one can find anywhere, because you can find a knot in many different areas that would fit into this handle. So I'm going to get some 2-band badgers from Maggard Razors that'll be coming our way, and hopefully those will be available for when we launch the color.
Cool. That's so cool. So cool. Yeah, I think that system for that brush, dude, is so cool. I haven't shaved with any of the razors yet. I will be getting to that shortly, but yeah, dude, I think I did a little short on it yesterday, and I just threw it together real quick. And
I did see that short. My daughter actually came across, and she comes outside, and I'm out doing the grass, David, and she comes out. She's like, "Look, I'm scrolling through Instagram here or YouTube Shorts, and I'm looking through Shorts, and look at there's this guy's got your brush handle on there." I was like, "Oh, that's David Martin. That's the guy I was out with last night."
Yeah.
When you and I went over to Nico. So yeah.
That was a good time at Nico's.
That was really cool.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed sitting down with, all your brothers and,
dude, you guys, that I learned a ton. Like all the questions I had or I've had asked to me, that I couldn't answer, I could ask you guys, and you guys had an answer.
Hey.
That was so unique.
It was great having you in and talking about razors and some of these details that you like normally don't talk about on a daily basis, or some of these theories that one may have, and kind of just kick them around. But yeah, it was a lot of fun having you in and just getting a chance to sit down and talk with you and kind of show you how things are made and take you out into the shop a little bit and show you how some of these premium razors are put together. I mean, and like as you mentioned or as you saw, I mean, there's a lot that goes into these razors and the machinery that goes into them. But it was a great time having you.
Yeah. So people are responding in the comment areas. So can I just read some of them to you? You can answer them?
Absolutely. Fire away.
So what's Jeremiah's favorite knot? What's your favorite knot? I got them all here.
My favorite knot. So I started out using the 24 millimeter AP Shaveco G5C synthetic knot. It's a great size. I started with that one.
Okay.
And that's probably my favorite. I do like, and I think when you were here, there's the golden nib. That's a smaller 22 millimeter golden nib knot. And I just went with a smaller one just to try and it's a much softer synthetic knot, the golden nib knot that we have available.
Yep.
Much softer. The backbone is a lot flimsier, but it just paints on my face and creates such a nice lather that it is so soft, David. It's a whole different approach whenever I use that knot versus the AP Shaveco G5C. So I kind of go back and forth between the two, depending on how I feel for that day. So those two are my probably favorite. Not like the smaller size ones. I did put in a 26 millimeter AP Shaveco G5C after using the 24 millimeter for a couple of weeks, and it felt huge. That 2 extra millimeters felt huge.
Right. Okay.
For me, on my face, I'm not a head shaver, I'm not a body shaver, but for me, that larger size just didn't seem to fit well. Where I'm sure those that do a head shave and maybe even yourself, that bigger size knot might be a little bit better to be able to either apply more lather or whatever it is. But for me, I like the 24, the AP Shaveco G5C is probably my top knot. I'm going to see how some of these two band badgers play out with the maggot razors. I did have one of the boar's hairs that I used, and I just think you were here. I didn't love it. I mean, and I don't know if it was just fairly newer and just didn't really whip up the lather as much as I suspected it might whip up. Like for me, it seemed like the synthetics whipped up a lather a lot quicker. Which is what I like. I like efficiency.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Totally. We had a question. You do ship overseas. Is Croatia in the shipping? Will you ship to Croatia?
Yeah, we ship anywhere except currently Russia and then China at the moment. There's due to some of the
bans
restrictions there. Those are the 2 areas we're not shipping to. Every other area, we had some go out to Malaysia. So just today. Okay. So we've got, all over UK, Australia. For a long time, we were selling a lot in Russia, but since some of the restrictions that we haven't been sending out to Russia. So, but Croatia or the other country that you had mentioned that would ship. We have a flat $35 shipping charge applied for any order going outside of the U.S.
Wow,
so there's a flat $35 charge.
That's very
most
reasonable.
Often we're going to go with DHL or FedEx just because they're most reliable for us whenever we're sending overseas.
Okay. Just had Nick say, literally just got the blue bowl today, 20 minutes ago, delivered USPA, which is United States Post Office, LOL, from Palm Beach, Florida. So he got the blue one, which is this. You want to talk about that a little bit since I'm showing it here?
The blue bowl?
Just the bowl in general, dude. I mean, this bowl is, it's not flimsy. I love the perforations in the bottom of it. I mean, and you guys sell a ton of these. I know you guys sell a ton of these on Amazon, right?
We do. We've been selling a ton of them, and they're a great design. They're just a high density, or excuse me, a no break poly pro type material, which is just very strong, very durable. And as you mentioned, the thickness of that bowl, it's like no other. It's a nice shaving bowl, and I use it for all sorts of different things. But the ridges on the bottom really just designed there to whip up a nice lather, and they do work really well. And they've got a nice big kind of, I don't know, they're nice wide.
Yeah, that's what I was pointing out. I mean, I can fit my whole fist in there and I got big hands. I mean, it's not like those little dainty bowls that, you don't know how big shit is on Amazon until you get it. And some of the shave bowls I have gotten, like my brush barely fits in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
yeah,
like,
the
what is
minis,
this?
but-
Like they're as big as like a puck. You know what I mean? Sometimes smaller than that. It's just crazy. And
Yeah.
just to prove a point, I mean, yeah, this thing's huge. I mean, the puck fits in there. I mean, this thing is huge, which you need, and it's deep. You know what I mean? So you're not going to get that shaving cream or shaving soap all over your freaking fingers when you're trying to bowl lather. Wouldn't you agree?
Right. And it's got a nice texture to it, so it's got a nice grip. But if it does happen to slip out of your hands and drop on the floor, your tile floor, it's not going to shatter. It's not going to break. They're built to last, just like anything that Timeless makes. We don't just design it and make it to use for a short period of time. It's designed and put some thought behind it to really last a lifetime, which is what our whole brand's about.
Okay, I got another question for you. When Jeremiah was first learning to shave, what was his most problematic area on his face, neck to get it smooth? How did he learn to adjust to his face? I don't know. Does that make sense?
Man, I've got very sensitive skin. I don't get a ton of beard growth, David, as you could tell. I mean, I've got very fine hair, but like for me, the smoothness factor of these double-edged safety razors, when I went and got rid of the Mach 3 probably 6 years ago, I started using these double-edged razors. I started out with the bronze 38 razor, our bronze solid bar 38 millimeter blade gap, which that we talked about blade gap. It's got some efficiency to it, but it is a nice smooth razor. And for me, it wasn't a whole big learning curve, just getting that angle the right way. And I've cut hair my entire life since I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
With, doing, cutting hair, but nonetheless, picking up and using these double-edged razors, for me, it wasn't too difficult to process. Getting underneath my nose was probably the biggest challenging part for me.
Yeah.
You'd flip the razor upside down, but
yeah, you and I had that conversation. You picked it up very quickly. I remember you telling me that.
I mean, and that's where I could certainly see, I mean, some having a little bit of trouble with it, which a lot of people the first couple of times, it's going to take them a little bit of adjustment to it. But I would say that for a newbie getting into it, when you're going after a double-edged blade, just go real light and a real shallow angle, and then just kind of slowly kind of go down at it.
Right.
And or change that angle a little bit, but try and see where that blade's hitting on your face to make sure it's hitting at a nice cutting angle, a nice 45 almost degree cutting angle, so that you're not going to nick yourself. But then whenever you can't move that razor across, obviously, where you're going and potentially going to cut yourself. But yeah, I mean, around your jawline is always an area too where I could see certain razors being a challenge for some and nicking up on, around your jawline.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's where I had a little bit of a challenge too. But for me, I mean, going to these double-edged razors, I mean, and going from the disposables, it's just a night and day difference. It's just a smooth, comfortable shave every time. And as I was telling you, with our razors, I put in every base plate and able to find that correct angle. And once you do, it's one that, I don't know, it's tough to pick one to say that's my absolute favorite razor.
Right.
The slim solid bar, 0.5 millimeter blade gap. It's a slim profile.
Mm-hmm.
I love it because getting underneath my nose for me, and then just getting I can see that the blade and getting a nice straight edge on my sideburn and getting a nice cut there, where I could never achieve a nice straight sideburn cut with a disposable. Every time it was an incorrect angle. It wasn't cutting straight. I wasn't getting a straight edge on my sideburns when I was cutting with a disposable.
Yeah. Then we had, let's see, Chris said, I recently bought a Timeless Bronze Solid Bar 0.38 razor. It looks great, shaves even better. So thanks, Chris, for saying that. I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Yeah, Chris, that was my starter razor, as I was just talking about, and and it's efficient. It's got some weight to it, David. I mean, the bronze material and the stainless steel material have some weight to them.
Yeah.
And you and I talked about that weight. I mean, the aluminum and the titanium are probably half the weight of those stainless steel and those bronze razors. And for me, I like the lighter weight of the material. I like the titanium. I like the aluminum. Whereas my twin brother, he likes the stainless steel. He doesn't like the titanium.
Yeah, that was funny because
imagine that.
sitting down with all you guys, you all shave with something different.
Yeah.
You know, now you all did agree on some plates, you know what I mean? And that's when we got into the technical aspect of it, meaning blade gap and the way the angle of the blade is and what blade you actually put in it makes the biggest difference. And even the goo, we went over the goo, and I'm going to show the base plate of that bronze razor or brass razor. Dude, the etching that you guys do on the back of these plates is just freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's done on a CNC mill, and that's nice and deep in there on those bronze, those aluminum razors, where we just etch in there what type of material it is, and the Timeless logos on the bottom there. So it's,
dude, it's so freaking nice. I mean, you can just tell. I mean, just holding this thing, I don't even know the price point on this. What is it? 140, 150? I'm just guessing.
$135 for the razor, and then you add a stand into it. It's a $175 purchase. But yeah, $135, you can get the bronze solid bar razor with the handle, the cap, and the base plate. Which,
dude, those stands are made out of the same. It's made out of bronze too, isn't it?
Solid bronze. That comes off of solid bronze. All those pieces were made out of a solid bronze material.
This has that handle that I like, and when you spin it, I just think it looks like it just looks so psychedelic. I love that. I love that handle. Now, I haven't shaved with it, but I like the looks of it.
It's a nice smooth spiral design there. That's similar to our titanium spiral design, and yeah, it's a nice design. That's my favorite handle. Is that spiral design. I like the smooth feel. Whereas a lot of people like that crown titanium handle where it's got somewhat of a knurling to it, where it's got a nice grip. They love that titanium crown handle.
Right. It just freaking phenomenal. And dude, he gave me so much stuff. Look at all this stuff. I haven't even gone through it all yet. I don't even think I'm gonna make it through it. I think I've been online now for like 2 hours doing this.
Oh.
but I've got like 30 people and they keep watching, they keep asking questions. So I'm just like I had another let's see, Howie from Super Safety Razors. He called in and I'm like, hey, I'm doing a live podcast. Do you want to jump in? He's like, sure. But before that, I'm like, I was talking so much about your adjustable shaving brush. I'm floored about this concept. And so I asked everybody, do you want me to call Jeremiah and see if I can get him live? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. Let's throw him on live. So your daughter's going to want to watch this.
Oh, yeah.
Dad's on
fantastic.
There. But I wanted to tell you, and I almost sent you a little voice spot of your voice sounds really good on being mic'd up, brother. It smells really good. Really.
Oh, thank
you.
Not
smells good. It sounds really good.
Yeah, I was going to say, I got some,
yeah, no, I was going to send you.
Keep that fresh scent.
Yeah. No, I might send you a sound bite. I'm like, man, Jeremiah, and you sound better. Well, I think it was I'm not sure if it was the Shure microphone or the Sennheiser. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to figure out which one it was. So when we come back up there to shoot some more, I can definitely get that mic in front of you because, dude, when you hear yourself, you're going to be like, what? I sound that good? Yeah, dude, nice. You sound good.
Yeah, that's good to know, man. Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't want to take all your time. I did let everybody know that we are going to be giving these away courtesy of Jeremiah and Timless Razors. I am going to shave with all of them a few times. So I'm not like, it's not like I'm going to start shaving with them and give them away right away. I don't want you to think that. I probably will keep my favorite one, and I probably won't, because to me, if I like it, that's the type of razor I want to give away. You know what I mean? Especially if I love it. So just to let you know, thanks for everything. He did send another adjustable shaving brush that I will be giving away very soon. I might even do that. Probably not going to do it in this weekend's video, but I want to plan that out a little bit. But thank you so much, Jeremiah. It was a pleasure to go through your factory and see how all that works. That the way you guys laser cut that. What's that machine called? I got to get that phrase down. With that wire.
Discharge machine, EDM machine, electrical discharge machine.
Damn, dude.
Where that wire goes through and those electrical currents are actually what's hitting and cutting the metal versus that copper wire going through and cutting it. I mean, it's a fascinating process to see, as you kind of saw that out there on the shop floor where we're EDM and some of our stainless steel base plates out.
And that's okay. So which one's that for? That is done with
stainless steel and the titanium.
And titanium.
Okay, then, okay. So you told me that's the one you're probably going to like because it's the best shave you can get.
Well, I mean, as far as the tolerances and that, those ones are going to carry the most those tightest tolerance. The bronze and the aluminum ones, those are CNC machined, very tight tolerance as well, 1-2 thou within as far as tolerances, but they are not EDM machined, the bronze and the aluminum materials. They're CNC milled. But I hear most talk about it. It was great having you in, and that's why I wanted to do that. I mean, that's it. I mean, everybody likes a little bit of a different. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are, David. So that's where I wanted you to try them all and give me some feedback, good, bad, indifferent. I mean, it's, we like to kind of hear what people like, and everybody's different. I mean, your followers, I mean, everybody's got a different, sweet spot for what they like. Yep. So, and that's why we've got such variations with these razors.
I agree. All right, brother. Good talking to you. I'll call you next week when I'm starting to throw all this stuff together and probably ask you a few questions. I'm sure I'll have something.
Yeah, sounds great, David. Appreciate it. And thanks for calling in. And it's definitely great having you in here as well.
All right, man. Thanks, bro.
You as well. Thank you.
All right. So that was Jeremiah, dude. Cool family. Jeremiah and I hit it off down in Columbus. And then, he invited me to their factory, which is really, really cool. I learned, like I said, a lot of information just from talking to his brothers that are, I think there's 2 or 3 engineers out of his brothers. Or they all might be engineers for all I know. I know Jeremiah more has a business background, used to work in the, the corporate end of business. And then he just started working for his family. I think 2020, he went and started working and doing the family business. But what a solid family. Met them all. Great people. Just down to earth, no bullshit. The questions I had, there wasn't one they couldn't answer. And I had a lot of questions, which that video will be coming out probably in a couple of months. It's going to take me a couple times. We couldn't actually go through everything in their factory just because there's so much to cover. But I did sit down and interviewed all of them. And I'm going to be wrapping this up real shortly. My computer's getting ready to die. But anyhow, to wrap everything up, Timless Razors has this awesome adjustable shaving brush. I think it's a great concept. Look into it. I'm not saying run out and buy it, but look into it, especially if you like knots. You're going to love this. They have different size collets that you get with the purchase. So you get the handle, which is this, right? So you get the handle. You get all these collets to fit any shaving knot. I have 4 or 5 different ones here. There's a 28 millimeter knot by AP Shaves. That's who they're going with right now. He just said that they're going to be getting in some Badger brushes as well. I think he even said a boar, but any size knot that you have not glued, because you don't have to glue these. And that's the biggest thing about it, using these collets to niche down on these these knots. And that is just such an awesome concept. I've probably been talking too long. Oh my God, there's still 30 of you talking here. I've been on here for 2 hours. So I'm going to go and probably do a shave. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. It's well appreciated. And don't forget to like every video I have, or you might get razor burn. All right, let me take some quick questions here. And yes, I am going to go have a cold beer, Nick. I like Miller Lite. What do you guys like? RK. Thanks, David. Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, I know I went on and on with this little live podcast that I'm doing. Make sure to comment in below or even in this chat. Is it worth me doing this maybe once a week or once a month? I've been thinking about doing more of a podcast thing where I split like half the screen and put like Ken Surfs and I are supposed to do something, but I have to learn how to do that, which there's probably going to be a cost associated with that. So if I have a lot of people that are interested in that, then I will go ahead and make that purchase, and I'll make it up on the back end through YouTube and ads and, you guys buying stuff through the affiliate links. But yeah, there's quite a few wet shavers out there that I follow that, I've already contacted them. They would, they're all like, yeah, dude, I don't have that set up, but can I use my phone? Can I use my computer? If you set it up, I'm there. I'll set aside some time. So I want to do that. A lot of these guys are all around the world. There are a lot of people that make comments in my section that I would like to, have on the podcast as well. Just get some people just are shavers, like the retired cop from New York City, Tom. I already talked to him about it. He's like, yeah, I'm gung ho. Let me know when you want to do it. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. So just super cool people in this wet shaving community. I am so blessed that you guys are watching and subscribe to my channel. And God bless. You guys have a wonderful day. Excellent podcast. Well, thanks, dude. Thanks for the information, Jeremiah. You rule. Yeah, Jeremiah is really cool. B Hill, radio voice for sure. Yeah, he's got a good voice. He's got a really good voice. I'm a craft beer guy. Stouts and IPAs are my favorites. I can't drink IPAs because they're so freaking strong. I'm a slugger, man. Like, I'll have 10, 15 beers. And if I drink IPAs, like I drink like 3 of them, I'm on my ass. So I don't want to start drinking IPAs. I mean, I can have one, but then it just limits the time that I can be out. And I normally drink, I don't know, 3, 4 hours and I'm gone. If I drink longer, usually one of the bartenders will give me a ride home, or someone making a shift change, or Uber for that matter, because I'm not getting a DUI. If you get a DUI in this day and age, especially in my area, hell, you can get an Uber in like 5 minutes. And I don't care what time of the day it is. You can just get an Uber. So why get a DUI? The cool thing is you can drink all you want. But anyhow, you guys have a great day. Miller Lite and Ohio State football. Yeah, dude, I'm with you. Great work. I appreciate that. Please hit the like button for me. And if you don't subscribe, you're probably going to get razor burn on your next shave. See you guys later. Funny shit.